What life-changing item can you buy for less than 100? 2 pet ducks. You may be tempted to go for one. But trust me, you need to. And you'll have about 76 left over. They don't tell you this in school. But the ducks in the park are free. A curved shower rod. Seriously. 10 for a tension rod. Or 28 for a curved one that takes a bit more effort to install. But your showers are suddenly 33% larger and feels like you're in a hotel every day. Another monitor. Your productivity will increase dramatically. I have 3. But maybe you are right. Houseplants. They will make you happy looking after them. I recently bought a Venus flytrap. She caught her first fly today. So proud. A nasal irrigation kit, either the electronic pump or simply the squeeze bottles. I started using them both leading up to surgery on my sinuses. And I haven't stopped using them since. It takes some getting used to. But the relief and clean feeling is amazing. Make sure you only use distilled water for nasal irrigation. There are horror stories out there of the consequences of running tap water up your nose. Brain-eating amoeba-type horror stories. Or boil the water. Pretty sure that was part of the instruction with my neti pot. And salt as well. Let it cool after you boil it. Though. Just trying to keep you from getting sued. Tom. I bought a one back scratcher from an Asian market in town. Best one I ever spent. New pair of socks. If you've been wearing the same pairs forever like I usually do, there's nothing like putting on a new pair of freshly bought socks. You can totally feel the difference. I never realized till was an adult sadly, but I appreciate the feeling of new socks all the time. AeroPress coffee maker. The thing broke my wife of her 200 monthly Starbucks habit. The unit costs maybe 25 or so. A decent light wake up alarm clock. Completely changed my mornings. Don't think I could ever go back to using my phone or a simple alarm clock. Would it help wake up non-morning people like myself? If so, link. Hello fellow non-morning person. I have one of these. It doesn't help me that much. It might work for you though. Removed. Why is it weighted? Nice try, Jeff Bezos. A king-sized blanket for a queen-sized bed. I got a king for a double bed. Best decision ever. The double sheets fit the bed. But I couldn't snuggle completely under them without curling up. Now I can hide completely under the duvet stretched out. Best thing ever in the winter. If I pull the covers completely over myself, the boogeyman can't find me. Just make sure your foot doesn't hang over the edge of the bed. That's why you gotta lift your leg/foot in the air and swing the blanket under them. Vertical mouse. 20. Saved my wrist using it at work all day. It looks odd, but it feels so much more natural. I even got a bunch of people at my office to buy one after they tried mine. Edit. Here's the link to the one I have for those interested. This was a lifesaver for me. I made a special trip to my office once mandated work from home started in March because I need it. After I got it, I got some weird looks from office mates, but started to see them picking them up too. Rice cooker. That fucker kept me fed during depression when I barely had the energy to get out of bed. Takes less than nothing to get some rice in there and flip the switch. Want something sweet? Throw coconut and sugar in there. Want flavor but can't be fucked to make anything? Get some Spanish rice or saffron going. You can throw tofu in there with it if you need. Yet it's not the best for you, but hot food is better than no food. Sharp knives for the kitchen. I put off buying a whetstone for a long time. Mostly because I was nervous I would use it wrong and ruin my knives. But it's not too hard at all if you get one with an angle guide. Makes chopping stuff up faster, easier and safer. We bought a whetstone what feels like years ago and it went unused until last week. Everyone in the household is constantly complaining about dull knives and I always tell them, well, we do have a whetstone. To which they respond, I don't know how to use that. 1. Eventually the dullness started to actually bother me, so I spent 30 seconds watching a YouTube video and gave it a crack. Then I learned it had been bothering me my whole life and I just didn't know it. Knives are supposed to cut that easily. Holy crap. When I started dating my now wife, I introduced to the concept of sharpening knives and she had no idea that it was supposed to be easy to cut veggies and fruit. No matter the knife, my wife would always just use pressure to cut things. She was amazed how I was able to cut tomatoes and bread without destroying them. Let the knife do the cutting. If you have trouble getting up or functioning in the morning, and like a nice cup of coffee or tea, an electric kettle with a timer can be a real game changer. Or just getting an electric kettle if you don't have one. Motion sensor night lights. Can't tell you how many stubbed toes or falls they have prevented. Also a cheap intruder alarm. Get a motion activated toilet bowl light. They're amazing. Don't kill your eyes in the middle of the night when you gotta pee. Relatedly, a dimmer switch for the bathroom. Works in the middle of the night, as well as early mornings, as you can gradually increase the brightness to match your current tolerance for the world. In my opinion, definitely a weighted blanket if you have a hard time sleeping at night or have anxiety. They have some at Target for $25 currently. I just use the crushing weight of all my failures instead. Much cheaper. A glass breaker on a keychain. Push it against the glass of your car window and it shatters immediately, helping you get out of a car underwater, broken door, etc. Super cheap and life-saving. I have these things. They can cut your seat belt in a pinch. 2. This post cost me over $400 so far. More than one 10mm socket. Excuse me while I cry. 1/7/16 of an inch at a time. Carbon monoxide detector. Post-it notes are far cheaper. Our landlord isn't letting me talk to you. But it's important we do. I feel happy I recognize this. It's quite legendary. May sound simple, but a good pillow. It is amazing the change in body aches and sleep you see when you have a good pillow that fits you. I thought that I liked memory foam and other fancy pillows. But the real life changer for me was a buckwheat pillow. I have sleep apnea, and it allows me to get my head into the perfect position and keep it there comfortably. Edit. Before you go out and buy one, please research the pros and cons. They aren't for everyone. Consider them if you like a firmer pillow, occasionally wake up with an achy neck from lack of support, and want a pillow that breathes well. Someone in the comments has also pointed out that you will win every pillow fight you get into. Downsides are, if you shift around in your sleep a lot, you'll need to adjust the pillow to fit your new position. Adjusting the pillow and settling in makes a little bit of noise as the buckwheat husks rub against each other. Kind of like dry leaves crinkling. Some people are also allergic to buckwheat. But there are other similar fillings such as millet husks. Organic fillings also need to be replaced once in a while, since it breaks down over time. Oh man. Did my life change when I got my buckwheat pillow? I tried using the standard pillows but could never find one that was comfy. Memory foam got too hot or would compress to a pancake. Getting used to the noise took like a week or so. But after that, pure bliss. Blackout curtains for your bedroom. Changes your life if you want to sleep all day. I refuse to have them in my room after living like a vampire for a few years. Combine it with a wake-up light alarm clock. Block the sun. Then emulate its rise. The future is here. People. This is how I feel when I put foundation all over my face to get rid of the redness. Then apply blush on top of that to put redness where I want it. An air compressor to air up your tires. Got one off Amazon for 30 bucks. To add to this, a jumper. Basically a battery in a box that has battery clamps. For jump starting your vehicle. Get one that has a DC/AC outlet so you can use it to power small electronics when you have a power outage at home. I would not recommend combination jumper/air compressor units. Would suggest separate jumper and air compressor. Note: doesn't hurt to have actual old-fashioned jumper cables too.